Libra, Libra rising, and Libra moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting December 26th, 2016, the last week of the year. And a quick reminder for you guys, your astrological horoscopes for the month of January are up on their own playlist on the main channel page. And there's also like an hour and 45-minute long lecture that I give available as well on this channel on the astrology of 2017. And a quick reminder as well, remember class registration is on right now. Tarot online classes and astrology online webinar classes are up for grabs in January. The tarot tutorship classes start on the 8th, and then mid-month I've got the astrology love webinars going on as well. So if you're interested in signing up for those, you can do so at my website, integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, we've got an interesting angle in the beginning of the week with Jupiter opposite Uranus between your sign and your 7th house of partnerships and commitments, one-on-one relationships. And, you know, it's kind of the opposite for you as everyone else in the zodiac. Because when Jupiter and Uranus oppose each other, somebody's getting put on the spot. But, you know, for everyone else is getting put on the spot, but it's not you being put on the spot this time. It's something kind that you do puts a partner on the spot, or a best friend on the spot, or a business partner on the spot. And it's interesting because this might be a really good strategy to help your partner understand whether or not what they are asking for or what they are trying to achieve with this relationship, with this business arrangement, or with this friendship, if they're actually ready for what they think they're asking for. Okay, because that's what happens, because Jupiter is a good thing, this opposition is a good thing, but sometimes people don't know if they're necessarily ready to put up or shut up. And, you know, early on this week, our partner is basically going to do that. If you've been dealing with your partner, you know, kind of having some complaints or some critiques, or, you know, a friend having complaints or critiques or issues with this relationship or issues with this arrangement, you know, why don't you put them on the spot? You know, you may actually find out, it's like, okay, we'll do it your way. You will get everything you want, we will do it your way. Are you, partner of Libra, capable of upholding your end of the bargain when you are the one in charge? And it sounds mean, it sounds almost like you're setting somebody up to fail, but that's not necessarily true, you know, because this actually will work out a really, really good compromise, a really good arrangement between you and your sweetheart, a win-win if we handle this correctly. Later on in the week, we've got Saturn, the planet of restrictions, the planet of boundaries, in your 3rd house of communications, forming a 10th square with Chiron in your 6th house. And the 6th house is all about your reputation, your work, and your service to others. And when we have our communication sector and our reputation sector forming a square, well, it looks to me like we may be dealing with some baggage, because Chiron's all about our emotional baggage. Some people call it the wounded healer, to play nice, but it's really a matter of understanding, well, are our words betraying ourselves? You know, where do we need to stop living a lie, Libra? And this could be a situation where some people don't necessarily know how to handle it. If you've been very conscious about your reputation, how you've been seen, how people see you at work, you know, it may be time to come forward with some uncomfortable truths. And a lot of this is about you speaking up to people that maybe you've been babying a bit too much. Maybe you've been turning too much of a blind eye to people, you know, because sometimes the baggage makes us turn a blind eye. It makes us act in ways that could be seen a bit more codependent than they should be. And we do have to let everyone know where they truly stand. And so this could happen at work, this could happen in friendships, it's definitely more in platonic, non-romantic situations, but still important nonetheless. So what's going on with your cards this week, then, we may ask? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Sigil Keeper. This is talking about paying attention to signs, omens, and messages, where we talk about people broadcasting their moves, their intentions. They're going to be very clear, even if they're not going to be spoken out loud. And when we talk about the Sigil Keeper, it's talking about, okay, you're going to be seeing what, you know, what your friends, what your collaborators are actually trying to get done, what they are trying to achieve at this time. Okay, and this might be kind of strange to see every once in a while, because you may find out that a good friend or a neighbor or a family member with all the best intentions might be behaving a bit more selfishly. Or you may actually have to observe, where you stand with this person or what their real, are they a team player? This can be a good thing, though, because sometimes people will tell you about good things without knowing it. Some people will be letting you know something great is about to happen, all by accident. But this week people are going to be revealing their own secrets, and not with the spoken word. So stay observant, but I think your assessments will be accurate. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Five of Cups inverted. And it's a good card to get reversed. They exist. They do. Accept it. And with the Five of Cups reversed, we are seeing compensation coming your way, some kind of payback coming your way, or payout coming your way. Because typically with the Five of Cups inverted, we see something that was lost, or maybe something that, that should have come to you in the first place, finally getting in your hands. This could be people trying to make things up to you. People trying to, again, either as consolation or compensation. If you've been owed money from an invoice, or money that you've lent to others, if you feel like you've been underpaid for something, this is actually going to, again, bring that payout, bring that payback to you. For those of you looking for a new job, the Five of Cups inverted says the second chance is coming with a place that you thought had wrote you off. It may not necessarily be for the same position, but it will be the same employer, which is very interesting. For your communications with air, we do have the Six of Wands upright. Victory is yours this week, because the Six of Wands is talking about people singing your praises. And I think that this should take a lot of the edge off when it comes to you being open and honest with the way you really feel about people, or how you feel the way they're treating you. Because the Six of Wands upright says that people are actually going to be, again, not only singing your praises, but you could actually be very popular this week for doing so. Somebody may actually reward you or award you with, affection or even material goods for being the brave person who's willing to speak up. And I like the Six of Wands because we are also seeing some kind of recognition for you. Whether it's recognition for your work or your efforts, recognition for the contributions that you make, or recognition for being a linchpin in somebody else's grand plan. But again, unexpected awards and rewards circulating all around you Libra people, which is gorgeous. Your challenge this week with fire is the Five of Pentacles inverted. Accepting the good things that are coming to you this week. And not only that, but also asking for what you deserve, or asking for what you need. Sometimes, again, we're afraid to make waves, or we think that it's not necessarily our place to ask for, for love, or for compensation, or for assistance, or teamwork from people. A lot of you Libras can sometimes have a bad habit of assuming everyone is worse off than you, and therefore you have no place to ask for help, or no place to ask them to do their part. And that is not a good attitude to have. And with the Five of Pentacles inverted, it's basically saying, even if you feel like somebody is less fortunate, or you have no place to say something, or, you're just gonna... If somebody wants to do something to you, for you, to thank you, if somebody wants to actually be there for you, and, is willing and able to even make some changes to the way they conduct their own business on your behalf this week, the rudest thing you could do is turn it down. Because sometimes that sort of politically correct guilt can get us into a little bit of trouble. Now, I used the term politically correct, and I hope that didn't trigger some kind of need for a whole bunch of comments below about irrelevant topics as it relates to this reading, but it needed to be said. So let's go on to the emotions with water. God, you got a good week. We've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Beautiful opportunities in love with the Ten of Pentacles, but because we are talking about achievements. But the Ten of Pentacles is also talking about an achievement or a big win that lasts the test of time. And because the Ten of Pentacles, it's not fleeting. It's not like a hot date. It's not like a temporary honeymoon phase. It's not like the romantic, passionate getaway, which are great. But no, this is actually something that's set in stone. And a lot of you Libras will be finding that kind of permanence with a partner this week. You may actually be achieving something very big with a partner. Or you may find out that your partner is also coming into some great news or great success. This could actually be good news for those of you that are looking to move in together, or looking to even go into business with one another, Or you may even find out that a business opportunity leads you to love, single Libras. This may actually be an opportunity to find love on the job, whether it's an office romance, or perhaps even one of your own customers, or maybe you may be their customer. So that is your forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you would like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.